The following may contain offensive language, adult humor, and or content that some viewers may find offensive. The views and opinions expressed by any one speaker does not explicitly or necessarily reflect or represent those of Mark Radulich or W2M Network. Please listen with caution, or don't listen at all.
What it do?
What it is, bro.
Sup, homie?
Oh my goodness. Well, this has been rescheduled twice. And and they were almost like they wanted to reschedule me for a show tonight over there on Kapow. The first two was because of Dragon Age, and then tonight was Kapow wanting to do the summer movie challenge. And look, I can't do that to my boy Mark. We have to record sessions.
You would have come off my dependable list.
3 strikes and you're out.
You're right. And that list is dwindling by the day, man. Like you're on a very, very special list of people that I know I can depend on and that I'm willing to open up special time for.
That means a lot to me. That means a lot. And that is why I said there's no way I'm missing this session of sessions.
That's right. That is my boy Jesse Starcher. I'm Mark Radulich. We're in Radulich and Broadcasting Network music studio tonight to record a new song using all of our various artificial intelligence tools.
Indeed.
And normally I throw it to you first, Jesse, because you don't really get a chance to talk on any podcast that we do. I just you're Ed McMahon and I'm Johnny Carson.
No.
Yes, no. But tonight, I actually found the new AI studio tool that I've been using to do transcriptions. Because with Notebook LM, you have to either have it on your Google Drive or you have to pull YouTube for videos. I mean, you have to pull a YouTube clip. Now, what I've learned is that if you upload something, if you stream something like tonight, we're streaming this live on YouTube. If you stream this on YouTube, it's not really available for Notebook LM to see until midday the next day.
Right. It's got to run through the transcription because really that's all it's based off of is once it gets transcribed. So,
The other thing that I've discovered is that when I need ChatGPT to read the transcript of a clip that I've cut for TikTok and YouTube, a small clip out of a larger show, it really doesn't do well with video at all. That is one failure after another. It does better with transcripts. So, but I can't pull a transcript of a clip. If I just want the clip, I either have to dig through the transcript of Notebook LM, which is a pain in the ass, or to go back through it, or I need to pull a transcript of the clip itself. And I tried that with ChatGPT and it did not work very well. So I went to look for a clip transcription service, and I found Riverside.fm, I think it is.
I've heard of them, yeah.
And that's working like gangbusters. Riverside FM is actually how I put together that 1 minute TikTok of the clip of you and me reviewing Living in America.
Oh yeah.
Which was entirely inspired by my active service to my girlfriend, where she let 6 months of mail build up. And I said, the most romantic thing I think I can do for you, the rose petals and bathtubs and wine that I could provide for you, is to help you sort your mail. And let me tell you, you might be like, sound romantic to me. She found $1,000 in checks in her mail.
Oh, well, okay. All right. That's shit I would have been looking for.
Yeah.
Immediately waiting
right.
on.
So she's like, she took me out to dinner that night. It was great. She's like, is your reward for being a good boyfriend? And I'm like, I knew. But because I'm sorting the mail, and it's because I'm not the kind of content maker where I feel compelled to, because in order to be successful on TikTok, you have to be constantly uploading clips, which is why the more successful ones, it's the same dead-eyed girl babbling into the camera with just different captions. Though my favorite one is the girl whose husband left her, and she's been narrating the story in successive TikTok clips for like the last 48 hours.
Oh boy.
I still don't know why. I know why this man left her. She's nuts. But I don't know what her stated reason for the husband leaving her was. I guess he was having an affair. Anyway, I'm off on a tangent. My point is, I will create content when the muse strikes me. I'm not going to force it. And as I'm sitting there and I'm going through the girlfriend's mail, I sort of looked up at her and I went, "We sort the mail." And she's like, "Are you having some sort of a fit? Are you? Did you develop a tick, sir?" And I went, "Do me a favor, just record me for like 10 seconds doing this." And then I did it again. I said, "We sort the mail." I'm like, I gotta like, and then I just stopped sorting mail. And I'm like, and I went to ChatGPT and I'm like, "ChatGPT, here's what happened." And I'm like, "Help me design a TikTok out of this." And it gave me kind of like a script and ideas to pull for pictures. And I threw all of that into riverside.fm. And I was able to put it all together, and that's how I got my TikTok clip. So
that's awesome.
But where riverside.fm has been really useful for me is when I just have clips. Like, it's one thing when I go to Notebook LM and I have it find
the whole thing,
and then I'll go back. Then I can have it highlight the transcript for me, so it's easier to find. It's a whole other thing when I know what clip I want, so I don't have a transcript ready, and I don't want to dig through it with Notebook LM. So I have the video, and I just need a transcript of that clip. That Notebook LM has been invaluable to me, because then I take that transcript and I throw it into ChatGPT, and then it creates a title, gives me a blurb, gives me tags for YouTube, and then designs me a thumbnail, because I saved all of my prompts and prerequisites that I wanted to use for all my podcast work. So I go, "Your transcript," and it goes, "All right, boss, feed me."
Yeah.
And then it gives me all of that. So all of the new, if you go on our YouTube, W2M Network, and you see all the new artwork, that is all generated by ChatGPT based on the transcripts I'm feeding it.
Yeah, that's amazing. And that's, very similar to what I was doing with ChatGPT. You'll see me doing that with many of the descriptions of my comic book podcasts. Like, I legit toss the transcript in there. I use a program called Descript, which allows you to edit the transcript, which also edits the audio or video at the same time as you edit the transcript. So if you ever watch a YouTube video and it kind of like jumps real quick while the guy's talking, they've used Descript to like take out uhs and ums such as that, and then it just leaves the video. It's real easy to edit that way. But anyway, I take that transcript, put it in a ChatGPT, and I'm like, okay, give me I have a saved prompt. Give me a description of the episode. I want 3 paragraphs. I want tags that I can throw in for Spreaker, and I also want a title possibly. It's invaluable, and it saves a lot of time. Cognitive load, buddy.
I might look into that. Yeah, mental load. It's not just girls in laundry anymore. It's anything. It's so funny because I know that our thin-skinned pansy, lily-livered, yellow-striped friends all hate The Big Bang Theory. These are for you, McNulty. But there was an episode where Sheldon was having difficulty trying to solve a scientific issue that he had been working on, and he said, "The problem is I have to use my brain for mundane tasks in order to live, and I need that." If you look at a brain like memory in a computer, when you allocate all the memory, there's none left to do anything else, even if it's a simple task. And certainly if you have a big task for it to do and you're using it to run all of these other standardized programs, there's none left, and it won't run, or it'll run real slow. So when you can offload the mental load of mundane tasks, it frees up your memory. It frees up that brain power to do things like be creative.
Yeah.
And can I tell you how between my new job and the podcast work, offloading a lot of it to AI has opened up all new pathways in my brain to creativity. Also, it's helped my mood. Well, not being around people has helped my mood, but also
That's good.
offloading the mental load of mundane tasks has helped. Like, I don't feel as burnt out or as agitated or as irritable as I normally am. Like, my mood got better once I started to throw a lot of that stuff onto AI to do for me. You know, they say like you lose critical thinking, but that's the thing is I'm doing more critical thinking now that I don't have to worry about what am I cooking for dinner, what, how many, coming up with new titles, finding artwork, yada yada yada. Like, the more I offload it to ChatGPT and other AI software, the more I was able to actually critically think, maintain mood stability, and get more accomplished. So there's your 11-minute commercial for artificial intelligence, brought to you by Skynet's Advanced Scouts, Mark Radulich and Jesse Starcher.
It's so funny. I got a package from Alexis today, the subject matter of tonight's podcast.
Yes, sir.
It was actually a couple days ago.
She's scared. I told her we were doing this.
Oh no. And she sent me a little note in there and said, basically called me exactly that, the Skynet's Advanced Scout. It's, man, it's scary. I had a situation a few days ago, actually, where somebody made a comment. It was a guy I know who is a teacher. He teaches at a university, and he said they sat down and had a discussion about writing and AI, and he said, I've got 2 words: we're cooked. And I immediately am sitting there like, I never see anybody post anything about AI that's like, number one, somebody in the educational field. And I was just kind of wringing my hands like, oh man, here we go. Maybe I can, I unload a little bit of a commentary on like what I've been seeing and what I think that, I don't know, man, I don't know what the future of education is going to be like, but AI is such a powerful tool.
So you can liken AI in school to the robot factory. And I don't mean like it builds robots. I mean the robots run the factory. You have 100 robots making widgets. You have 50 robots making sure those robots don't break or stay on task. And you have one guy watching the 50 robots. That's the future of robot automation. A lot of from what I understand, because I saw there was a school that was actually doing this, they're taking the teachers out of, because so many, it's something that happened a long time ago in schools, but we did not have the technology to really apply it the way that it should. So we applied it stupid. We kind of took this new coat of paint that had been created and threw it everywhere, even in places where it didn't need that particular color paint. And what I mean by that is we developed this idea or we came to understand that there are different learning styles and learning speeds, that individualized learning goes by the person. Right. And that it's very hard to teach a class of 30 kids that all learn differently. That all have different styles, that all have different capacities. And teachers are struggling with that. So if you sit a kid down to do the basics on AI, something that AI is very good at, and AI can adapt itself to your learning style with an infinite number of facts available to it and tasks, that frees up the teachers to do other kinds of things with the kids. And considering the lack of parenting that goes on in our culture because of the two income household or the split household or just any number of reasons, which I don't want to get into, it frees up teachers to do the job they've already been tasked with of parenting the kid.
Watching your child.
Well, life skill, teaching the modeling appropriate behavior and teaching life skills. You ask any teacher right now, what is a large component of their job? It's not teaching, it's parenting.
Right.
You know, teaching them life skills, modeling appropriate behavior, the ones that aren't sleeping with the kids. It's teaching them socialization, any number of things. Well, this frees them up to do that now because now they don't have to be worried about teaching them math.
Right. Yeah.
So they're not going to get rid of the teachers entirely because you still need humans to run the factory.
Well, there's absolutely no way you could do that. I think it's going to revolutionize like how they have to teach, though, because when you're talking about universities who rely on kids to write a paper about something, and you can have AI go ahead and write that paper, you're just going to have to come at this in a different way now. Education is going to have to become education differently. So I in my post, I said, this is very much like a calculator. We got a calculator. We don't use the abacus anymore.
Right.
So this is what this tool is going to do here.
Did we have this kind of fucking hemming and hawing, tearing our clothes asunder over the fucking scientific calculator? Remember those?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you got graphing calculators, all that stuff, right?
Did the slide rule people like go get up in arms?
Right. Yeah. It's going to be interesting just to see how things have changed. And the scary part is like they're going to try to adapt, and then there's going to be another leap in AI somehow, and they're going to have to continue to modify I just don't know if they're going to be quick enough to try and adjust what they need to do before the AI is going to be able to do something even better that's going to just undo whatever they thought they could do now. It's a challenge. It's going to be an interesting challenge. But tonight we aren't here to talk about challenges. We're here to talk about the plugs that pay me.
We're here to talk about a challenging person.
Listen, I love Alexis. I love her dearly. She has.
What is this?
I'm just getting my.
Some of us are soft doms and some of us are hard doms, Jesse. It's okay.
All right.
Okay.
So you've got some lyrics. I remember looking them over.
Well, propriety is a thing. Let's talk about what we're talking about.
Let's talk about it.
So tonight, the song is called "The Plugs That Pay Me," and there's an easy way for me to do this. Let me read to you what I wrote to ChatGPT because it kind of just tells the tale for me.
Oh boy.
And I may have to edit some of this because I didn't think about reading this out loud.
Were you mad at the time? Or
I may have been. He was
upset. He GPT'd angrily, and this is going to be bad.
We'll see how it goes. Okay, so I said to ChatGPT, I said, time for lyrics and an album cover for the next episode of Sessions. Are you ready? I always ask it like it's going to say, no, I'm busy.
It's like, fuck off, man. I've got better shit to do than deal with your ass tonight.
My mental load is overwhelming. No, it was like, it said, absolutely, I'm ready. Hit me with that vibe concept or any keywords you're working on for this next Sessions episode. What's the theme, tone, or story you want to tell with the lyrics and cover to reflect? Also, is there a particular style you want for the cover art, or should I just match it to the mood of the song? And I said, I need a song about the plugs that pay me based on Here Comes the Money by Naughty by Nature, which for those that may or may not know this, it was the song that Shane McMahon used to come out to in the WWE. So here's the skinny. The song is a gentle Jesse. There's no reason to get upset here. There's no reason to get hostile with me. My goodness.
Okay.
This is a gentle jibe at Alexis. By the way, it knows Alexis.
Jeez, criminy.
Alexis was asked to come on maybe a handful of shows 10 years ago. First Long Road to Ruin, and then one episode of source material. I'm going to double back on some of this, but let me just get through what I wrote. And then one episode of source material because I decided we needed to review Mockingbird, ask me about my feminist agenda for National Women's Day. And then she kept asking to come on source material. She eventually started to ask to come on TV Party Tonight and Damn You Hollywood. And because I'm nice and she wasn't a pain in the ass yet, I said yes. But that's when Alexis's other side that I was warned about came out. Yeah, Sean told me this was going to happen. And I was like, oh, she'll be fine. She'd asked to come on her show and then complain that she wasn't being paid. Mind you, while I've occasionally earned some money to cover a month's worth of costs, this has never been a money-making earning project, which has always bugged me. So I found it especially insulting that one, I didn't ask her to be on anything. She asked to be on herself. More the damn you Hollywood than anything else. And two, she thought she deserved to be paid. Now, I would come to find out that this is her quirky sense of humor, but it comes across to me as obtuse and entitled. Now, I politely told her to stop doing it, and kept it up, and she kept it up anyway. I yelled at her once, and she laughed. As we've discussed before, I've come to realize she responds well to harsh treatment. Soft doms, soft subs, hard doms, hard bratty subs. Bratty. She responds well to harsh treatment, but if you treat her nicely, she responds poorly or not at all. And I'm not here to psychoanalyze her. It's just my observation.
I was going to say, you are doing a damn good job here, I guess.
When I started making fun of her for it, it stopped. But in all of this, she coined the phrase, "Now for the plugs that pay me," which is a reference to her plugging her jewelry making business, Honeysuckle Rose Creations. So I want the song to reflect all of this. In addition, our plug section has always been problematic, as you can tell from the transcripts. People start bringing up new topics or take forever or just go into business for themselves.
Oh, man.
Robert! I've always... Excuse me, I had something in my throat. I've joked our plug section is longer than our reviews. Now, look, I love Alexis to death. I really do. She is a great friend. She's somebody I care for dearly. I'm not doing this to hurt the woman's feelings.
Not a hit.
Does she drive me up the fucking wall? Yes. I've mentioned quite a few times the horse that I beat is now rotting and full of maggots about her muting me on the Bondsman show. Look, sometimes she's like on point and sometimes she's like an autistic retard. I don't know what to say. I don't know what it is, but she's like, get me out of here. Like, she just like that pendulum just swings, man. Like, she's cool. Sometimes she's cool on the other side of the pillow. Other times she's just a total brat. And it's like, I never know what I'm going to get with her. But you can say that with a lot of the guys on here, including myself. Sometimes I'm in a great mood and stuff doesn't bother me. And sometimes I'm ready to fucking quit this podcast. So, speaking of quitting the podcast, you still with me?
No, I'm here. My son dropped down. He's like, I'm going to keep the door open. I'm like, okay, God, that's fine.
So
yes,
anyway,
I'm still here. I haven't left. I'm worried that I didn't look at these lyrics. That's what I'm worried about.
It's okay. I'll read them.
All right.
And then we'll edit as necessary. I think it's funny, the song. But this is more, like I said, do you remember the Christmas trivia show where I lost my fucking mind with her?
I remember the trivia shows. I don't remember what happened. I don't think so. Please,
she did the whole thing about she'll ask to come on a show or ask to do something and then act like it's a big burden. And this is the thing that's always stuck in my craw with her. She acts like I never asked Alexis to. In the past, I never really asked Alexis to do anything. She asked to come on, and then she would be like, and then she acted like it was a burden for her to come on, and that she needed to be paid for her time. Which I get was her trying to make a joke out of things, but I always thought that was an asshole thing to do to somebody. And like, this is what I mean by like sometimes like her sense of humor is aligned with normal appropriate behavior, and sometimes it's way off base. That being said, let me say something nice about Alexis so that Jesse doesn't end the show early. When I cut back on podcasts, she was the one that stepped up and said, "I'll help." Yeah. Now, it was some of that self-serving, sure, but that's fine. Generally speaking, most of us don't do something that's entirely, what's the word I'm looking for? Magnanimously, without any self-interest at all. There's another word I was looking for, but I don't want to hem and haw over it. So, was it self-serving for her? Sure, but did it help me out? Absolutely. Was she the only one? Yes. I mean, Ronnie was like a deep fourth in there, but like he did like 3 shows. So she's the one that learned how to do Spreaker. StreamYard. She's the one that has tried to bring new people into the Radulich and Broadcasting Network.
We've got quite a few because of her.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. She's look, she's a good friend. She's an invaluable member of the team. It's unfortunate that there are times I want to headbutt her in the face, but but you know what? I would be remiss if I didn't say I'm sure there's time people want to stab me too. So I mean, what goes around comes around. I would never want her to leave and go do something else. She's valuable and she's pretty good at this.
Yeah.
When she wants to be. Does that mean she's not going to suffer the wrath of my satire? Absolutely not. Everyone gets a pinch and tickle.
Oh goodness.
So and then like I said, I just want to address the other thing really quick. Like I said, the plug should only take a minute or two. Quick, tell people where they can find you and what you're doing, and it like becomes its own podcast. It's like the gag reel on source material. It's its own. It has become its own thing. Like we could you used to do a podcast called What Got Cut, and it was just the tangents from your show. I could do an entire other podcast called Just the Plugs.
I noticed how you got plugs run long down here in the graphic at what would be the parental advisory, I think.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
Throw up the banner really quick.
It looks great.
Plugs run long. Fucking great. The AI knows me well.
Indeed. What are you looking at?
No, I was just trying to put things back together. All right, so you want to get into these lyrics now?
Yeah, I definitely do. I want to know what we need to change because I feel like there's going to be a bit of stuff.
Okie dokie. Y'all know what time it is? Plug section, baby. Longest part of the damn show. Roll the tape. Here comes the plugs. Here comes the plugs that pay me. Honeysuckle cash flow ain't no maybe. Talking about plugs, yeah, the plugs that pay me. Sit tight. This segment's gonna run past 80.
80. Okay.
Right, 80 hours. Started with a guest spot on one little show, Long Road to Ruin, just filling a row. Can I come back? She slid into my DM, source material calling. Hey, I'm free again. Mockingbird reviews, feminist agenda. Ride, then she hit TVPT DYH real wide. Did I ask? Hell no. That invite was hers. But now she's cracking jokes like she's earned a purse. You gonna pay me? Girl, are you high? This gig barely pays for the Wi-Fi.
That's good. That's good stuff.
Oh, you're ready to throw out the whole rest of it, huh?
No, I love it. Keep going.
It's cute the first time, then it gets rough. Kept smiling sweet while I'd had enough.
Uh-oh.
Told you to chill, but the bit rolled on till I snapped back. Now the jokes are gone. But yeah, she coined it. It'll give her the line. So here's your flowers. Now it's plug time. Here comes the plugs. Here comes the plugs that pay me. Honeysuckle hustle. Craft so wavy.
Craft so wavy?
Listen, I've heard a lot of rap songs where they just straight up make up words. I'm fine with it.
Okay, all right, fine.
Talking about plugs, the plugs that pay me. Whole damn outro like a second show, baby.
Yeah, you just said that.
Look, I just want to say thanks to the guests, but if your plugs take longer than the review, we got a problem.
That's bridge spoken. I like that.
2 minutes tops. Yeah, that's what they swear. 15 deep. We still stuck in that chair. God, this is every damn you Hollywood these days. Books, bands, side gigs. Wait, one more thing. Suddenly we're talking wrestling and bling. It's the Wild West. I just gave up trying. Plugs so long, sponsors stopped buying. Well, they never really did.
I was going to say, wait. Who did we actually? We had sponsors at one point. It wasn't us, but the network had. We were doing
Amazon and Grammarly. Yeah.
Yep.
Chaos reigns, but my patience is thin. But hey, that's the podcast life. Let's plug it again. Here comes the plugs. Here comes the plugs that pay me. Plug section longer than Scorsese.
Okay. All right. Good one.
Talking about plugs. Yeah, the plugs that pay me. End of the show? Nah, just sit down. Maybe. That's it. That's the plug. Support the artist. Buy the merch. Tip your host. But if you want to get paid, first check whose idea it was for you to be there. Please.
Oh, jeez. Crying out loud.
I just read that for the first time. And it's somebody because he's texting me currently about the bondsman, so I'm like half paying attention to this and half paying attention to that. So she sent me like a crying emoji, and I'm like, is she listening to the show? And they're like, no, she's crying about the bondsman. So as I'm saying that, I'm reading the part that says support the artist, buy the merch, tip your host. But if you want to get paid first, check whose idea it was for you to be here. Peace. And I'm not even realizing what I just said as I read it.
Damn.
All right, Jesse, I'm going to give you, because I am a magnanimous dictator, I'm going to give you final edit on these lyrics.
Final edit?
Final edit.
It ain't going to be me editing anything. You know what I want to do? I'd take this whole thing and say, make this nicer.
Yes. I fucking quit. No,
I mean, look, this... This is, again, we talked about how the T in GPT was therapy. All right. You are working through your stuff here with this. So, I've got the lyrics here in front of me.
I honestly didn't think it was that bad.
No, I mean, look, this is, I'm trying to see, like, there's a couple things that I feel like they're not like overly mean. This is fine.
I actually think this was quite a soft touch, considering how frustrated I've gotten with her at times. Look, there was the show. It was Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, where at the end, we're at the end. I humiliated her, and I thought it was so funny. I cut it for TikTok. And I showed it to an ex-girlfriend who was a girl I was dating at the time, now ex-girlfriend, and she was like, "That is uncomfortable to watch."
Oh,
and
no.
I'm like, "Why?" I'm like, "Why? It's hilarious." She was like, "If you did that to me, I would break up with you."
Yeah.
So this, by comparison to that, much nicer.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and throw it in, and we'll see what we get. As for the prompt, you have more music styles with better genre quality, richer vocals. Real quick, I'm going to share my screen. So, because we have had some advancements in the Suno space.
Before this goes any further, are we really going to change the lyrics? Are you really trying to soften this?
I'm not changing. I'm not going to change anything. This is your piece. This isn't me. This is your piece.
I just don't think it's that mean.
You're talking to the wrong person to give you that opinion. You are talking to the wrong person to say if this is mean or not. I don't enjoy.
Oh, that's true. You're kind of.
Do not enjoy conflict. I'm afraid that I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings ever.
Okay. Then I'm taking away final edit from you, because you're the worst judge of this sort of
thing. I'm not going to do anything with it, because I would hurt, I don't know. I don't want to do anything and I don't know. So yeah, that's good. Take it away from me. What else you want to do here before I share my screen? Anything?
No, let's get into making the song.
All right. I love it. All right. So share my screen.
This should not be that difficult tonight. This shouldn't be like the last two shows where we really struggled trying to figure out our sound, because I just want rap song.
Yeah. All right. And, I need to share entire screen. Sharing system audio. Click that one. Nope. Click this one. All right. So yeah, Suno had, since our last recording, had a fantastic update, in my opinion. Suno 4.0 was a good leap forward. However, when you started creating songs, I talked to you a little bit about this. There was something called the shimmer.
The shimmer is gone.
Yes, they have fixed that. Not only did they do that, but they have given us a description here of what 4.5 can do. Greater variety and accuracy in genres, more music styles with better genre quality, richer vocals, enhanced vocal range with greater emotional depth, more complex sounds, subtle musical elements are captured from tone shifts to instrument layering, smarter prompt interpretations, which is really cool, and I'll show you a little bit about that here in a second. I don't know if you've messed around with it or not at all. Your ideas come to life more accurately. Prompt enhancement helper, that's the cool thing. Symbol genre tags can expand into detailed descriptions. Upgraded cover plus personas. Covers now keep more melodic details with improved ability to switch genres and faster creation. And oh my gosh, is it fast? I mean, it is legit like boom, 10 seconds. You've got a full like 3-minute song you can go ahead and listen to.
That is a big improvement over what it used to be. I remember when we first started doing this, like when we worked on Queen of the Night way back when that was January of 2024, if I remember correctly. It was a good couple of minutes per song.
Yeah. So I would like to share real quick just one of my recent re-rolls is what we'll call them. Oops, hit the wrong button. I wanted to go to the next page.
Vicodin, marijuana, ecstasy, and alcohol.
What I did with some things is I have taken songs that I created from years ago and threw it into essentially just to recreate them, and I enhanced them. So
you're so far along in your AI music generation career. You're up to making remix albums. Who are you? You're like You're the Al Jorgensen of AI music generation.
Let me show you here. As a matter of fact, so here's all here's all the albums that I've put together so far. Here is the Time to Eat re-roll is what I called it. Okay, so I took everything from Time to Eat and I recreated it. There was a song that I created called No Tomatoes, Live from the Kitchen, which had some live elements to it. And I was like, well, I wonder if that would actually translate. So I took it and threw it over and had it re-rolled in 4.5. Now here is the description that it, after I did the smart prompt, which I'll show you that here in a second, but let me click on this so I can go into the song. Hopefully it won't start playing. There we go. Essentially it was like rock funk. That it was real simple. Three words for the style.
Yeah.
And then I hit the smart prompt, and it then took it and put bright horns, syncopated guitar stabs, kick off this live 80s pop funk track, layered over punchy bass and crisp electronic drums, energetic male vocals, lead catchy verses, and a big chorus designed for audience sing-along, culminating in interactive call and response sections. Okay. All right. That's a huge prompt. Let's see if you think it's stuck to it. Here we go.
How y'all feeling out there? Hungry? You might remember this from Time to Eat. Sing it loud. No tomatoes. Ow! Mushy and red, I can't stand it. When you're hiding in my sandwich, you ruin the taste. You're a nasty fruit. Toss them in the trash. Give them the boot. No tomatoes. No tomatoes.
All right. So there you go. That was a re-roll.
You have to start sending me your music so I can put it on TikTok. People need that as a sound to like stare dead-eyed or shake their ass to or make content with their husbands.
Man.
They need the Starcher music in their life.
No Tomatoes was such a gem from back in the original Time to Eat days.
I don't remember that though from the original album.
Oh yeah, it was on there. We went through it. If I remember correctly, it was the very last song because I put it on there. I put it on there as a it's a live track, and I wanted it to sound like real meta, like this guy was saying, "Hey, you might remember this from Time to Eat."
Okay.
And but anyway, love the original, and this song right here had my 15-year-old go, "Dad, this is a great song."
Play,
like 80s pop funk.
Play Pizza Rolls and Curly Fries.
Okay, you want the original?
No, I want the re-roll.
You want the re-roll. It is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Let's see it. And let's go back. Way back. So, all right. Tuna pack for lunch. We've got all those great hits, but pizza snacks and curly fries.
That's the one.
That's the one. Here we go. Here's the re-roll. Bright, catchy synths set a lively pace, driven by punchy drums and syncopated bass, versus layers, playful guitar riffs, and subtle claps. Here we go.
Late at night when the hunger strikes, gotta satisfy those cravings, gotta do it right. Head to the kitchen, open up the freezer door, reach inside, grab those snacks, we're gonna eat some more. Pizza, snacks, and curly fries, crunchy and cheesy,
right.
They light up our eyes.
One of the things that you can really tell is the vocals have really, really improved. Like
the
you
shimmer,
have
the shimmer is completely gone, and it's such a fuller, richer sound now.
Yeah. I remember when I did my first generation, sometimes you'll run into some situations where it sounds kind of like almost like it's muffled. But that's few and far between. That's probably about the only complaints that I really have. I mean, the vocals is what really knocked me out. There is a moment, or excuse me, there is a thing that goes around where people say that nobody will enjoy AI music because it'll never have that feeling like it has a soul.
Right.
And with 4, I understood that. With 4.5, it is, I mean, dude, this gap is just becoming so small between what it can actually pass for a real song and what isn't. I mean, I am always asking, like, can you tell this is AI to the people that
the one you made me for Who is Mark Radulich, my kids were convinced it was a real person.
Man, the one that I made for myself, because I did the same thing for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I was legit like, holy, there was some hokey stuff in there about comic books because I was like, ChatGPT, make something that speaks to my soul. It's like, you know, a real touching song. And then all of a sudden we're making a reference to a panel in a comic book. But granted, there was some stuff in there about how I was talking about like how I was lost in that 8-bit dream. And I was like, you know, there's some nostalgia for me is a big thing. And that really, really spoke. So I'm really curious as to what I say when we roll this tonight. GPT gave us a big prompt. And the good thing is that Suno can take that prompt and number one, it can roll with what we got. And it can also enhance that prompt too, if we want to give that a shot. So,
well, you know, the prompt was mostly, it needed to understand the relationship between me and Alexis and also why I'm making an entire song about our plug section. It needed context. So that a lot of that prompt is just me telling a story. In terms of the music, it's just a hip hop song.
Yeah, that's where I was going. When I say prompt, I'm talking about the style. I definitely wasn't talking about the lyrics. The prompt, it's the prompt for the style is that's where there's an enhancement for that. So you just hit a button and it can enhance it, maybe make it. It tries to stick with what you had there, but also add stuff to it, and it could be a huge prompt. So this one that they gave us is, you know, I think it'll work. And also, I have not seen any problems. I want to knock on wood with Suno not ending a song. Remember how many times we'd have to sit there
where it just would go to the extended outro. So one thing I want to be very clear about here with our prompt. So Naughty by Nature was a 90s rap group. Let me quick bring that up. I actually brought up the wiki. Naughty by Nature is an American hip hop group from the East Orange, New Jersey in 1986, consisting of Tretch, Vin Rock, and DJ KG. Their years active when OPP came out. You down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. 86 to 2002. That is a very distinctive era of hip hop. And I bring that up because the girlfriend and I have been listening to a lot of rap lately. And it would be like me, and I would put on like West Side Connection, basically anything Ice Cube, in all his 50 different side projects, or LOX or Wu-Tang Clan. And then she's like, can I put a rap song on that I like? And she puts on Kanye West.
Oh.
And I'm not knocking her for her enjoyment of Kanye. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that Kanye is a very modern rap sound. That's not what I want. I don't want auto-tuned, overly produced kind of it's a living. Yeah.
Still haven't made a song of that. I forgot all about making a song with that in it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I still need to try to find the clip for you. But I want that early to mid 90s strictly rap sound.
Okay. All right.
I don't want it to get to like the overly produced stuff that comes out years later.
Gotcha. Bear with me. What I'm going to do here, I need to grab our style prompt because I think you threw it in the chat and for some reason I didn't grab it. I don't think.
Well, the style prompt was oops, I'm in the wrong thing. The style prompt was a song about the plugs that pay me based on Here Comes the Money by Naughty by Nature. That's it.
Okay. That was it. Well, I can't name artists in this. If I put that in the style, it's going to flag it and not produce. Let's do, early, you were just rattling off the genre there. Early 90s hip hop.
Yeah. Hip hop, 90s rap. Trying to think of something that makes Naughty by Nature like distinctive.
There's callbacks. Is that what was gang vocals? Is there gang vocals in that? I feel like maybe not. Anyway,
the group released a song "Here Comes the Money" that has constantly been used as the entrance theme for Shane McMahon in the WWE. You know what? Do like
walkout music.
Walkout music, yeah.
Music for a wrestling event. All right, I want to just hit magic prompt here, see what we get.
Okay.
I'll read it to you. A hard-hitting early 90s hip-hop track with gritty sampled drum breaks, booming bass, sharp brass stabs, and turntable scratches. I do love the turntablism every once in a while. Verses deliver steady, aggressive energy over a hypnotic loop, while the hook explodes with layered chants and bold synth textures, perfect for crowd hype.
Okay, hit it.
Here we go, Darren. Let's see what we get. Some of the stuff, just to kind of point this out, used to be back in the past, we had to be kind of Suno did not do good with stuff that said like spoken in parentheses by the bridge or any other kind of weird thing that was trying to describe what the next verse was supposed to do. It does it fine now, and our songs are already done. So here we go. Here is our first one. Here we go. This is the first bit of the plugs that pay me. Here, let's see what we see what we get.
Yeah.
How these lyrics are going to pull out. This is going to be
y'all know what time it is. Plug section, baby. Longest part of the damn show. Roll the tape. Here comes the plugs. Here comes the plugs that pay me. Honeysuckle cash flow. Ain't no maybe. Yeah, the plugs that pay me. Sit tight. This segment's gonna run past 80. Started with a guest spot. One little show. Long road to ruin. Just filling a row. Can I come back? She slid in my DMs. Source material calling. Hey, I'm free again.
Oh, shit.
Her review, nice. Then she hit DYH real wide. Did I ask? Hell no. That invite was hers. But now she's cracking jokes like she earned her a purse. You gonna pay me? Girl, are you high? This gig barely pays for the Wi-Fi. It's cute the first time, then it gets rough. Kept smiling sweet while I'd had enough. Told you to chill, but the bit rolled on until I snapped back. Now the jokes are gone. But yeah, she coined it. I'll give her the line. So here's your flowers, and now it's plug time. Here comes the plugs. Here comes the plugs that pay me. Honeysuckle hustle, craft soul free. About plugs. Yeah, the plugs that pay me. Whole damn outro like a second show, baby. Look, I just want to say thanks to the guests. But if your plugs take longer than the review, we got a problem. 2 minutes tops, yeah, that's what they swear. 15 deep, we still stuck in that chair. Books, band, side gigs. Wait, one more thing. Suddenly we're talking wrestling and bling. It's the Wild West. I just gave up trying. Plugs so long, sponsors stop buying. Chaos reigns. My patience is thin, but hey, that's podcast life. Let's plug it again. Here comes the plugs. Here comes the plugs that pay me. Plug section longer than Scorsese. Talking about plugs. Yeah, the plugs that pay me. End of the show. Nah, sit down, maybe. That's it. That's the plugs. Support the artist, buy the merch, tip your host. But if you want to get paid, first check whose idea was for you to be here. Peace.
Woo! Let me tell you something.
I don't think it's getting better than that. I want to get another one, but
Damn good,
unless I pops a boner that knocks my computer off the desk, we're done. I got it.
Can you believe? All right, I need to go back real quick, and I want to hear. I need to hide this. My worry was with it doing the TVPT, DYH, real wide. I want to make sure that sounded good. Okay. Sometimes it tries to pronounce everything like yeah, or something like that. So let's see what we got here.
Comes the plugs that pay me, honeysuckle hustle, craft so free. About plugs, yeah, the plugs that pay me. Whole damn outro like a second show, baby.
Wait.
Look, I just want to say thanks to the girl. That invite was hers, but now she's cracking jokes like she earned her a purse. You gonna pay me? She slid in my DMs. Source material calling. Hey, I'm free again. Mockingbird review, feminist agenda ride. Then she hit TP, DYH real wide. Did I ask? Hell,
I was gonna say it goes through it pretty quick. You can't really tell.
No, I heard it. It says TVPT DYH real wide or something like that. It's fine the way it is.
That was 2 minutes and 14 seconds. Our next one is 2 minutes and 9 seconds. So let's see what we get.
Okay.
Yo, y'all know what time it is. Plug section, baby. Longest part of the damn show. Roll the tape. Here comes the plugs. Here comes the plugs that pay me. Honeysuckle cash flow, ain't no maybe. Yeah, the plugs that pay me. Sit tight, the segment's gonna run past 80. Started with a guest spot, one little show. Long road to ruin, just filling a row. Can I come back? She slid in my DM, source material, calling, hey, I'm free again. Mockingbird reviewed feminine.
I kind of like the hey, I'm free again in the first one.
Yeah, I can see what it was doing there, and it kind of got me, but like I really like the first one. The first one's as close to what I was thinking in my head. So let's just roll with that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we nailed it on the first shot.
That's just crazy. All right, well then all we need to do now is we just gotta edit this thing up and get her done. I mean, I like the way that it can do a complete song in one run, which by the way, they can go up to 8 minutes now. Like if it wanted to do an 8 minute track, it could, but 2 minutes and 14 seconds is quick. It's what rap, feels like. I really think that we got a winner with this first one. In my opinion.
I agree.
All right. Well, there it is. What the hell else are we going to do? That's it.
I sent you the actual album cover art.
Yeah. I'll get all that straightened up here at the end, unless you want me to do that while we're talking here. But
no, sir. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Very good. Well, my goodness. I'm trying to think of some of the other stuff that I have run into with this. Doing 4.5, I have created a lot of songs. I rewrote a lot of songs and made a lot of songs better. Right now it's worth the money. The last version, it wasn't worth the money. You get 4,300 credits for $10 a month. That's 500 songs. You're never going to do that ever.
I can't even remember the last time I did one of these.
Oh, dude, I probably got down with.
Actually, I can, because when it was for WrestleMania, because when Robert and I did our Indie Cider show, I wanted a new theme, because with me and Harry, we're the cool dudes with attitudes, right?
Right.
We're Shawn Michaels and Diesel. So I said, so with Robert and I, we have to be different. So what was the next thing that Shawn Michaels did? It was Shawn Michaels and Triple H. It was Degeneration X. And so I had ChatGPT write like a whole new thing, and I quickly threw that into Suno, and voila, easy money. We had a new song.
Let's just for fun.
Hey, hang on one second. Have you heard it yet? Have you heard it yet?
I think I might have. I mean, feel free to
hang on.
direct me and I can find it or whatever.
No, I got it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah,
that was good. I did not hear that before. That was pretty good. You need to start when you put your lyrics in there. You need to put a T in your damn name, so it knows what the hell Radulich sounds like. So let's re-roll one just for fun. Let's re-roll. Pick one off of our Radulich and Broadcasting album. We'll just re-roll it just to hear what something would sound like now, updated to the 4.5 architecture. You have your choice here to pick. We have the intro. We got More Dinosaurs. We've got Worthless Opinions. We have On Trial, Bad Man Sid, the Damn You Hollywood theme, Spend Your Christmas with Body Count, Way Down in the Wire, Pelennor Fields Forever, DYH 2024, Pencil in My Eye. I listen to that every once in a while. And then the Chain of Custody.
My kids. So my daughter's favorites on here are Way Down on the Wire and Pencil in My Eye.
Okay, all right. Way Down in the Wire. Let's do Pencil in My Eye. I like it too.
I'm sorry. Robert was crying about my comment in my specifically triggering comment in the group chat about the Big Bang Theory. So I missed what we're doing right now.
I am just re-rolling and having fun. We're not adding anything.
Okay.
I just want to hear what, like, we're going to take this song. I'm going to show how I was re-rolling things. It's real simple. Okay. So I'm going to take Pencil in My Eye. I'm going to hit create. I'm going to hit reuse prompt. What this is going to do is it's going to come over here and notice how we have a style description of speed punk. That's all. We're going to enhance that sucker. Hit the magic wand. And now we're going to have a style prompt that says, explosive drums kick off at breakneck speed, joined by driving distorted guitar and aggressive bass. Short, fierce verse sections build to explosive anthemic choruses, brief guitar solos, and shouted group vocals add energy with an abrupt high voltage finish. Let's just see what 4.5 will do to Pencil in My Eye.
Okay.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, first one. Hit that high note.
Source material late night, another bonus show. The crew is ready to let it go. Oh,
okay, wonderful. It turned into Judas Priest.
That's not as good as the original. Yeah, let's hear the other one. I do not. It took it this like thrash, metal route that was not like the first one.
Do me a favor. If we're gonna do this, and after this we have to stop playing because I got stuff to do. But
you got stuff to do.
Change the original prompt to just say California Punk and then do the Magic Wand.
All right, let's do it. California Punk. California. Magic Wand. California. California Punk. High energy California Punk track kicks off with aggressive palm muted guitars, fast-paced drumming. The verses are driven by tightly locked bass and urgent riffs with short punchy choruses that explode with gang-style backing vocals. Bridge features with a ripping, holy crap, and we got a condensed thing down here. Whatever, I'm going to go ahead and do this.
Okay.
I don't even know why. That's funny. I've never seen it do that before. Condensed. And then I get shortened it maybe? I don't know.
Wonderful. It turned it into Napalm Death.
Here we go.
Source material, late night, another bonus show. The crew is ready.
I like the first version way better. Like the original. And I think it's because of the way the cadence of the vocal.
That's at least closer to.
Was that you were shooting for?
I mean, let's put it this way: if we hadn't already had that song, and I had heard we just heard first, I would have gone with that.
Yeah,
because that at least sounds like a California Punk song. That's closer to. That's the closest thing to No Effects that we've done so far. Play the second one.
The second one is still generating for some reason, which has me worried.
It turned it into dubstep.
It's going to be a freaking Dream Theater song.
Why is this an Opeth song? I don't understand.
Let me get to the chorus here. I just want to hear what the chorus is.
Let it go. Podcast mics are hot. Voices in my head. Jesse's getting restless. Winfrey wishes he was dead. Talk till the dawn, or maybe just till 10. Podcast dragging on.
He says cut it.
Cut it. It doesn't have the punch of the original.
I agree. Let's listen to the second one. We're gonna get some brass in here.
Source material, late night, another bonus show. The crew is ready to.
Here we go.
Oh my God, that's perfect.
He's getting restless. Winfrey wishes he was dead. Talk till the dawn, or maybe just till 10. Podcast dragging on. Will this ever end? When did we last touch on the game we're here to discuss? Lost intents and plugs. Our chatter's a constant fuss. I have done just about put a pencil in my eye. This podcast is a train wreck. It's making Ronnie cry. Banter and tangents, a rambling mess. Trapped in this loop full of podcast. I have done just about put a pencil in my eye.
Oh, that was good.
That was that would have been the final cut.
Yeah. All right, there we go. I played around long enough. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen. We did it in one shot.
Yeah, that's the quickest we've ever gotten a song together.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you had the lyrics ready to go. Prompt was, and I'm telling you, the stuff that this Suno is putting out, it's tough to find stuff that sucks. It really is. I mean, a lot of it is more along the lines of like, okay, that isn't exactly, I'm getting to the point where I'm like, that isn't exactly the sound I was looking for. It wasn't like that before. It was more like, oh, wow, this made a really good song out of just BS that I pulled out of, soon, or Chat GPT.
But that's what I was just saying, Jesse. Every episode of Sessions, which I titled this one wrong, it's track 8, not track 7. It's right in the banner. It's wrong in the title. But who cares? Nobody cares. I'll fix it later. But what I mean is, when you think about the previous 7 episodes of this, how long we argued and like hemmed and hawed and fussed with a lot of the way down on the wire, that took half a dozen iterations.
Right. I remember when we were just shooting for the sleazy sax intro, we were trying for on trial. We were
Right.
shooting for that sleazy sax, so we couldn't find it.
Right.
And
You know, we ended up going in an entirely different direction with Palomar Fields Forever because it wasn't getting what I wanted.
Mhm.
And I kind of just abandoned it. And it's so funny. If you were to ask me which of the songs that we've created so far has lived rent free in your head well past the point where it should have faded into something else, it's Palomar Fields Forever.
oh, really?
Yeah, that one I can't get out of my head because like when we make a new one, I'll listen to it a bunch.
Yeah.
You know, but then eventually I'll get bored of it. Really, move on to something else in my brain. And but I will still. It's been months since we did it. I still have Palomar Fields Forever stuck in my head.
No, that's great.
But that is a classic example of also one where we could not get what I wanted. That sounds nothing like Strawberry Fields Forever. It just became its own thing.
Yeah.
And like because I love the pretty girl vocals, I love the orchestral sound, but it's not what I intended, not even close.
Right. And again, what you end up finding out is that as you're creating these songs, they resonate memories. Like I love going back in my Suno and listening to really old stuff that I haven't listened to in a while, and reminiscing on why the hell did I come up with that song.
You know what I listen to all the time? Poop in a bag. It wasn't a sessions. It wasn't a time to eat. It was a Metal Hammer of Doom, and it wasn't even something we created. It was something you and your kid came up with.
Brother, you have no idea the insanity that has never been published on my Suno account. Like I have so many songs that I created that I've never shared with like hardly anybody. I just shared them with the family or something, and there are multitudes of pages of that shit.
I want to make another video. Like I have the Kyber account, but we decided to not do that with the Who Is Mark the Scene in Silence song. And we typically don't do them for this, and it took a while. That was like an entire day's worth of work.
I was going to say you probably had to put some work into that.
Yeah, but I definitely want to create like another video again, like of a short song, because I have before with Not All Robots, I was like just take the entire lyrics and make 20 pictures out of it. Is really what I ended up doing.
Right.
Instead of like I should have just taken a set of lyrics, said make a picture for this. Now make a picture for this set of lyrics. Make a picture for this one because it generates about 6 seconds at a time.
Yeah. That's kind of crossed my mind as well. Like if you just take it, then you could tell the story with the whatever's happening in those sets of lyrics a little bit better than just letting it roll with itself.
Because I think Not All Robots came out okay. For those that don't know, I made a music video for his song "Not All Robots," which is from the only comic book podcast.
We should have fucking debuted it here. I don't know why we're sitting on it. Like this is the reason this show's here. But
we fucking can, motherfucker. You don't got to tell me twice.
Let's show the people shit.
All right, and then after this, we really gotta go. My girlfriend's.
Oh, he's got to go.
Sorry.
Well, my wife has been asleep for approximately 2 hours right now. Okay, I have nothing to do.
My girlfriend was like, "When are you done? When are you done?"
He showed up yesterday. I was sitting there thinking, like, damn, she's got to be getting tired of waiting on his ass to get off this podcast.
All right, here it goes. Ready? Let me share my screen here.
Debuting right here on the sessions. We have I don't think I created a music video for any songs that we've done. So this is the first of music video that is attached to any one of the songs on the Suno account. So this is going to be great.
Okay, I'm going to play it like that because hopefully it won't get like nerfed by YouTube.
What would it do? Like shit, nothing is.
Because sometimes when you play videos, like it like I know like Critical Drinker played something and he had to stop it like every 6 seconds. This is why we don't do Metal Hammer of Doom live. So I'll play here.
Was it because of copyrighted music? This is my music. I've generated this. It's me.
Okay, relax there, pal.
All right, crank it up. Let's hear it. I really didn't get into. We're doing a Metal Hammer of Doom extra right now. I didn't get into how you produce this. You said Kyber.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know much about it.
I will bring it up for you. Assuming I can even find it.
I've never heard of it. Doesn't mean that, that doesn't mean much. There's a lot of great tools out there.
So it's kyber.ai/Super Studio.
Okay.
Hang on, I'm going to put it on the screen. I got nervous about like playing it on it because again, like I've played videos before and it like kills your stream. Not that
like would it lag? Are you talking about lagging or are you talking about
YouTube kills the fucking stream? Like stops it dead.
That don't make any sense if it's
it doesn't.
Not
it really doesn't like stream. I don't know. I think Jeff's run into this issue as well. Like YouTube does not want you playing live videos when you're streaming.
Okay.
Because it can't. Because honestly, it can't stop you if you've decided to play porn.
It's probably a situation where like they have no way of figuring out what it is.
Right.
And
so this is Super Studio. And
loading canvas.
Well, yeah. So this is my not all robot stuff that was working on before. It's a little weird it's a little wonky the way that.
I was going to say that is strange. Is this like a white board of some sort?
Yep.
Yeah, well,
it's
canvas.
Like
okay.
Yeah, it's like rebuilding. So if we wanted to create like a new canvas, right? We want to create a video. So I closed it already.
Oh, I see your video model there. These are, you get to pick from different video models that create the animation. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
What other ones do you have to pick from? I've heard of Kling. Can you hit the little arrow there?
Image,
Luma,
lip sync, Luma.
VO2. Okay.
So tell me about these because I really don't know anything about them.
I don't know either. I've heard of them. I just know that Runway's a good one. A lot of people like Runway. And you'll notice the credits that you get charged, right?
Mm-hmm.
I assume better models that create longer video are definitely up there.
Grab just one like verse, like 4 lines from the plugs that pay me.
Okay.
And put it in the private chat because I don't have Facebook up anymore.
All right, give me a second here.
Mm-hmm. And then after this, we really are going.
Oh, where's he going? He ain't got anything to do.
Well, there's nothing left to do with the song for the actual. This is like the most like fucking tangential one we've ever done.
It does because we've got time. Okay, so I'm going to throw the pre-chorus in the private chat of the stream here. Here's this. I'm really curious as what this is going to do.
All right, so I'm copying that. I'm going to go over here. My subject prompt is make a video that matches this song lyric. : All right.
Okay. So when you created the video, did you have to throw the audio up along with the video and like merge the two together?
All right, so it's giving me an error. So
click on that. Click on that again. I didn't get a chance to see that.
Well, I put generate. It says error validation error. You must fill the start keyframe or end keyframe.
Oh, so you need an image down here where your start keyframe's at.
Okay.
So you want to generate something? Actually, if you scroll down, does it say generate?
It says advanced features.
No, right there in where it says drop image here.
Yeah.
Up to 20 meg, choose file. So you'd have to create an image to start with.
Okay. So here's what we're gonna do.
Go to ChatGPT, throw that lyric in, and say, generate me a picture.
Create an image from this lyric.
Super Studio.
It says now it's got 2 fucking responses, so I get a multiple choice here.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Not all robots
bear the brand.
So hilariously, it's doing it in 1280 by 720 because that's how I ask it to do thumbnails.
Oh, that's funny.
And it remembered that. It doesn't want me to yell at it.
Did you notice the sycophancy of ChatGPT when that was happening? Did you hear anything about that?
No, what?
Oh my gosh. ChatGPT went through this phase where it was so like, I remember somebody threw an example up about how they were making a poop on a stick vending machine. And ChatGPT was like, that's the greatest idea you've ever come up with. I'm not kidding you. Like right now, that is awesome. And it would just feed into this guy's horrible idea and everything that he came up with. Well, that was going on for everybody, to where OpenAI said, okay, we realize this is a problem and we've got to, they actually rolled back the advancements because of what was going on. But yeah, there was a whole sycophancy edit or version where it would feed into, like, if you came up with a great idea or told it you came up with a great idea and it could be, something horrible. It would say, oh, that's it's so. One guy said he was going to stop taking his meds, and ChatGPT's like, I admire your bravery. And it just continued to talk about how it was such a good decision for him to stop taking his meds.
All right.
Bad.
So we're good. We're good now. By the way, do you see the fucking image here?
What is going? She's got flowers in her hands. This is it.
Let's see if I can.
I don't. Look at you. Look at you. You're
I'm
mad.
so mad.
You are mad. She's got flowers in her hand. She's smiling.
Oh yeah.
This is all you can do is yell at her.
That is the most perfect mark in fucking
Alexis
picture ever.
A lot of text on that thing too. Oh,
yeah,
look at the animation going over there.
Yeah, because I'll tell you what the issue here is. All right, so, okay, now we can. There we go. Make it nice and big. So I'll tell you what the issue here is. It's doing what it's lately. I've been working on some source material stuff like clips. So it made artwork that was comic book
style. Right.
So because I didn't give it any other prompt and it thinks I'm doing thumbnails for YouTube, it just followed the most recent command, which is a lesson in if you want something specific, you have to tell ChatGPT.
Oh yeah.
All right. So. Okay, yeah, so say you can see it like moving around and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, look at her shake her head. Look at it.
You need to the prompt should be, okay, now, the man breathes fire, burns her face off. That's Mark Radulich for you.
All right, so yeah. So
that's fun.
Yes. So if I was to make a another video, I'd have to be very specific with what I was doing.
Oh man,
that's fucking hilarious.
This has been fun. This has been a lot of fun. What is next on the agenda?
Okay, well, that's a great question. Next, the next time we do sessions is going to be June 22nd. It's episode 9. And it's a song based on our supercut, It's a Living, plus other gag reel jokes like Shark Prostitute and other stuff like Hit It, Darren.
Oh my gosh.
So we're going to do a techno, dubstep, synthwave, super gay.
Super gay is going to be in the prompt.
Yes.
And the style prompt.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So we have to, I guess, I don't know. So we need to talk about this because I don't quite know how to do this. Like, I guess I could find the Shark Prostitute podcast and I can pull, and I've already thought about pulling the clip for TikTok of the Hit It Darren stuff. Because right. I think the gag reel for Ant-Man Second Chance Man by itself is fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking about doing like what I did with Living in America and Sort the Mail and just doing it for Hit It Darren.
Yeah.
Because it was so goddamn funny.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think I'll take that and Shark Prostitute, kind of throw both transcripts together and go right now. Here's the problem with that. how do you tell ChatGPT to then write you a dubstep?
You tell it to write you a dubstep. I mean, it'll most likely what it'll all be is all that shit in parentheses, like bass drop and okay, you know, beats go up. When I wrote a dubstep when I was first doing this, that's kind of what I did. I would put shit in the parentheses, like okay, beat drop, and then okay, pulsating, increase speed, BPMs, whatever. That's about the only thing really it's probably going to do.
I'm wondering if we should just leave it as Hit It, Darren. Like, let me just find that gag reel and say, just make a gag reel out of Hit It, Darren.
Let me just try something here real quick.
Okay. Try something, Jesse. Or rather, make a dubstep out of Hit It, Darren.
Here is one. So all I'm doing is putting into the style prompt, hit it, Darren. And then I'm going to hit the wand and I want to read to you what it says. I'm really curious as to what it actually thinks Hit It, Darren.
Fantastic.
What should Hit It, Darren sound like? Here we go. Give it a creative boost. Hit It, Darren. A high energy pop rock track launches with crunchy guitars. I don't hear it. No. This has got to be as Ronnie went. Actually, holy shit. I've got a great idea.
Yeah.
We can take that, what Ronnie did, and throw it into like Audacity.
Hang on one second.
Okay.
Because I think we can get away with this. This isn't necessarily going to be A, very long, B, it's not. It's actually, you know what? There's an easier way to do this. Girlfriend's gonna be like, "Why did you even invite me over here?"
Tell her to come in and listen. We're listening to some tunes. Some B-sides.
Oh shit! Oh damn it! Second Chance Man was not must not have been a Spreaker deal.
Dude, all we need to do is grab the audio of Ronnie going or whatever he was doing.
I want to play the gag reel real quick.
If we could take that and loop it to 8 seconds, we can then feed that to Suno and it would use that as the beat.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to. So this is the syndicated source material, Ant-Man, Second Chance Man. No, you know what? I'm going to go to the original. Because I don't know what you did with this. Because it looks like it was edited. So this has got to have the original. Let me share my screen. This has got to have the original gag reel on it. Yeah. All right.
I don't think I took the gag reel off on the edits that I did. I
hope not.
No, I would. Those were freaking gold, man.
Those were the days. Okay.
Is this it? I can't hear anything you're hearing, so. It's got to be it. That's got to be it.
This is the end of the show. The gag roll will start up in a second.
Okay.
Material is on its way, waving by. Have a good one. Laters.
What the hell did I choose as the...
All right, I'm going to stop being a dick.
That lasted about 2 minutes.
No, Tony Stark never struck a woman.
With his dick.
Listen, we're trying to have a serious podcast.
A man, Dr. Sondheim, Sondheim, forcing Dr. Sondheim. Yes, Caleb, I'm on a podcast, sir. Huh? How many?
Was Trailblaze is Sondheim? Mr. Yvonne. Was
That fucking bit will never die.
Why does he look like the LGBTQ Hulk? It's raining Beth. Rawr. Hallelujah.
Hit it, Darren. Oh my
Some people go both ways.
Hit it, Darren.
What happens then? Does he come out with like glow sticks and glitter?
There it is.
Yeah, that's it right there.
That's how he fights.
Oh, shoot.
It's Ant-Man with glow sticks and dance moves.
20 minutes later.
To some people. So,
What are you laughing at? What are you laughing about?
I agree, Ronnie.
Also, props to you, Mark, for saying balls and not giggles.
I do want to say that aside from the humor, I enjoyed the science too. They
You mean
use
the girl living without a heart?
You mean a man can't shrink to the size of an ant or grow to the size of a building? Astounding!
A man can become a building.
I'm starting a new spreadsheet of shit I should have never said. just
And
That
number
was
one on
one thing
that
I
is,
should
hey,
never-
Mark, I can do a podcast.
All right. When you're hearing this, you're listening.
I remember that one. When you're hearing this, you are listening. Oh, shit.
That's quality shit.
My gosh. Yes, that's the one. I'm really glad you found that because I had no idea where it was. I didn't know what
Okay.
episode it was on. So
Oh, no, that's what I listen to constantly. That's on the repeat playlist. So
shit.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pull everything from why is the Hulk LGBTQ, and go through Ronnie doing the that's how he fights,
Yes.
and I'm gonna take that and I'm like make this a dubstep, and it's
Oh.
Hit It Darren. That's what we're doing next time.
I love it. Oh my gosh. My eyes burn from laughing so hard. It's been a long time since I listen to Shark Prostitute every once in a while. It's been a while since I heard Hit It Darren. So
Okay, so but I think we're just gonna like focus on the Hit It Darren thing and like leave the Shark Prostitute out of it, or it's gonna get way complicated.
Too funny. Too funny.
Especially because it's a dubstep song and we don't want this to be overly wordy.
I'm curious. Yeah, you don't want it overly wordy. Every once in a while, what you can have, like the one that I created, I just had like every once in a while somebody would come in and say something. I did it around AI quotes, which was pretty cool. So yeah, we'll figure something out. This will be interesting to see how we're going to come up with a song. Hit it, Darren.
Get it, Darren. Alrighty. So that's what's
Now for
coming
the
up.
plugs that pay me.
Now for the Dick. So that's June 22nd. This past week, last Sunday, Pat Mullen came on. We did a Whiskey Rebellion. We reviewed Havoc is what we did, and then he debuted the Mass Manly Man scale, and then we forgoed Damn You Hollywood in favor of doing a triple feature. It was me, Mac, and Mick, and we did Nana's Summer of '69 in one of them days. There were no other shows this week. No Alexis, no me, no nothing. Over Thursday, myself, Jesse, and Andrew Graham did The West Wing season 5. No show Saturday. This Sunday, however, we'll all be back for the Metal Hammer of Doom Jukebox. We're going to be talking Crowbot Obsidian, which is an album that came out last year. Damn You Hollywood is back on Monday with Final Destination Bloodlines. Alexis is back with Andor season 2, which I've heard is pretty phenomenal. And then we had a double dose of Alexis. On Wednesday, me and her will be talking Apple Cider Vinegar, which I highly suggest you watch. You should watch it with your wife. It's really good. It's a mini-series. It's about Belle Gibson, who told the world she had cancer to get attention and promoted the whole Pantry app. And it turns out she was a massive fraud.
Wow.
If you have cancer, get real treatment. Don't get like fake Peruvian Indian treatment. Speaking of engine treatment, we're doing another triple feature Thursday, May 22nd. It's just me and Mick, and we'll be doing some horror movies: The Parenting, Control Freak, and Holland. And then Saturday, Comic Strip is back, and we're doing The Surrogate, which is a comic book and a Bruce Willis movie. So that's what we got going on dem there. Jesse, do the plugs that pay you.
So, did I tell you that we have a show that we are doing? I know you've listened to me plug this a few times, but we're doing a show, the Unspoken Issues podcast on the Source Material Comics feed, where here the past 3 podcasts, maybe 2 podcasts and a third one upcoming, where we are taking the adaptation of the movie and talking about the comic book adaptation of that movie. So we're doing a reverse comic stripped. You are talking about the movie adaptation of a comic. We're talking about a comic book adaptation of a movie. So I don't know what the hell we're calling it unspoken issues, but I feel like we need to call it, some inverse of whatever the heck comic stripped is. But anyway, we have been doing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies, and we did 1 and 2, and upcoming this Monday is 3. We head into the really bad, really bad.
Years ago, we did the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies on Long Road to Ruin, and that boy that goes off a cliff.
That third one, it's rough. And then, of course, myself and Mark Radulich got together, and we went back to Charming, 10 years into the past, even. I mean, we hopped in a DeLorean and ended up back into 10 years previous to Jax Teller's story on FX. This is Redwood Original, Sons of Anarchy Redwood Original. And we had a good time discussing that book. It was a lot of fun. And right now we are in the midst of posting our shows for the Marvel, let's try it again, the Snap material, which is all about Marvel Snap. Me and Evan got together and recorded about 4 episodes, one of which is going to be a rather feature-length tier list. So keep an ear out for that. And that is the plugs that pay me.
All right. Well, this has been fun. And not as mean to Alexis as I was leading everyone to believe, or as you thought I was being, sir. I think I was fair.
Hey.
Stern but fair.
Ask ChatGPT. I'm sure it'll say, yeah, everything's fine. And then ask Alexis to listen to the song and then get her opinion.
As soon as you send it to me, I'm sending it to her. So
I knew it.
It's going right up on TikTok. All right. For Jesse Starcher, I'm a pain in the ass. Be well, be safe, and behave.